What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey, and today we're going to talk about this NFL Thursday Night Football matchup between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. All right, so this game is set to be played at East Rutherford, New Jersey, MetLife Stadium. Kickoff will be at 8:15 East Coast time. The line has had a little movement. It's you can either get it at the Jets -6.5, and some places you can get the Jets -6 over under. Some places you can get it at 39. Some places it's at 38.5 already. So if you want to get in, you might want to try to get in early if you're trying to get ahead on this game. All right, so let's go ahead and let's look at this matchup real quick. When you look at these two teams, you got to start off with the Patriots and how they've been playing, because they have definitely been a surprise team this season, right? So the Patriots beat the Bengals in week 1 and lost in week 2 to the Seahawks at the end of the game. All right, the Patriots have won 3 of their last 4 road games. Jacoby Brissett is completing 58.8% of his passes for 270 yards, 1 touchdown, and 0 interceptions. Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper have combined for 163 receiving yards and 13 catches. While KJ Osborne, he's got 4 receptions, man. New England Patriots ground game is averaging about 177.5 yards per contest, and Ramondre Stevenson's leading the way with that one, man, with 201 yards and 2 touchdowns thus far this season. All right, defensively, New England is allowing 16.5 points and 291 yards per game. Kyle Duggar leads the New England Patriots with 15 tackles, and Keon White has 4 sacks, and Jelani Tavai has 1 pass deflection. All right, and now when you're talking about the New York Jets and how they've been looking, the Jets lost their season opener to the 49ers, but beat the Titans last week. All right, so the Jets have split their last 6 home games. Aaron Rodgers is completing 60.8% of his passes for 343 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Garrett Wilson and Allen Lazard have combined for 217 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Breece Hall has 12 receptions. All right, so the New York Jets ground game is averaging about 84.5 yards per contest, and Hall leads the way with 116 total yards on the ground and 1 touchdown. Defensively, New York is allowing 24.5 points and 350.5 yards per game. Jermaine Sherwood leads the New York Jets with 16 tackles, while Will McDonald IV has 3 sacks and Brandon Eccles has 1 interception. All right, so let's take a look at the injury report for these two teams, because at the end of the day, the season has started, and we're going into week 3, and a couple teams are banged up right now. So when you're looking at this injury report, the names that kind of just pop off the chart for you, especially for New England, is the one and only Jabril Peppers. All right, Jabril Peppers is dealing with shoulder injury. It's unclear if he's going to be able to be out there on Thursday on such a short week on this turnaround. And then when you look for the Jets got a few people questionable. You know, they got DJ Reed. He's questionable with the knee injury, and it's unknown if he's going to be there on Thursday. Jermaine Johnson is out with the Achilles, and he's expected not to play. Of course, we know Hassan Reddick's still holding out, still wants his money. We also know that CJ Mosley is questionable. He left the previous game due to a foot injury, and it remains to be seen if he's going to actually be able to suit him up and line up on Thursday against the Patriots. All right, so these two teams on the season right now, if you look at them offensively, okay, the New England Patriots are averaging 18 points per game. That puts them at the 20th best offense in the NFL, versus the Jets defense is giving up 24.5 points per game. That's the 25th worst defense in the NFL. Now, I expect them to get better, but I'm not sure if this week is going to be that week, because their third down conversion rate, New England's converting third downs at 38.71%. That's 16th best in the NFL, and the Jets are allowing teams to convert on the third down at a rate of 44%. That's the 25th worst in the NFL. And then when you look red zone, you know, New England might not be scoring touchdowns, but they are converting on 37.5% of their red zone attempts to try to get a touchdown. whereas the Jets are giving up 33.3%. That's the number 8 best red zone defense in the NFL. So defense tightens up and shores up when they get closer to the end zone. But at the end of the day, man, when you're playing a team that's going to run it down your throat like New England, because New England's got the number 4 total rush offense in the NFL right now. They average 177.5 yards on the ground per game, and the Jets are giving up 155 on the ground on average, guys. All right, so that puts them as the 24th worst defense against the run in the NFL. So that's where the matchup's really going to come down to. It's going to come down to whether or not they can stop the New England Patriots from pounding that rock. All right, now when we put it in the inverse and we look at the Jets offense versus New England's defense, the Jets offense is only ranked 14th in the NFL, scoring 21.5 points per game, whereas New England's only given up 16.5 points per game. That's the number 5 total defense as far as giving up opposing points in the NFL right now, guys. And then when you look at their third down conversions, so the Jets are converting 50% of their third down, so that puts them at number 3 total offense on third down in the NFL. But in New England, that seems to be their weak point. New England's allowing opposing teams to convert on 42.31% of their third down. That puts them at 24th in the NFL, guys. All right, as far as red zone is concerned, when the Jets get there, they get there. 75% of the time they score when they get to the red zone, man. That puts them the 4th best red zone offense in the NFL, whereas New England's defense in the red zone, they allow opposing teams to score a touchdown 40% of the time when they get there. That puts them the 15th middle of the pack in the NFL as far as that is concerned. New England's defense against the run is number 2 in the NFL. They're only giving up 58 yards per game, and I'm sure they don't have to worry about the Jets running the ball because they only average 84.5 yards per game. That's the 26th worst running team in the NFL. Where we would hope that the Jets would see some kind of advantage would be in the pass game, but at the end of the day, when you look at these numbers, they are pretty much dead even with each other as far as how New England's been defending the pass, and the Jets really have not been the best team passing the ball so far, man. I don't know. It could be an Aaron Rodgers thing. It could be a, showing up to practice and not going to the pyramids thing. Continuity is very important. Chemistry is very important. And those types of things mean a lot between a wide receiver and a quarterback. I'm just saying. I digress, though, man. So when we look at these two teams and you look at how they played the last 10 times they've actually been on the field, New England's 3-7. The last 10 times they've been on the field, straight up, they're 5-4-1 against the spread, and they're 5 to the over and 5 to the under. Now, remember, they did lose their last game to Seattle 20-3, and the game went over. And then their first game, they beat Cincinnati in Cincinnati. They covered the 7.5, and the game went under 41. And when you look at this last game, guys, and how they actually did it, they did it through Ramondre Stevenson and through Antonio Gibson, man. Together, them boys combined for a total of 185 yards. Gibson had 11 carries for 96 yards, and Ramondre Stevenson had 21 for 81. So, expect a heavy dose of Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson in that backfield, man. Also, got to look out for the tight end Hunter Henry, as I spoke on before. He had 8 receptions for 109 yards, and we all know that's a quarterback's best friend. Now, even though Jacoby Brissett may be, the career backup, Jacoby Brissett's always been serviceable. He's always been somebody who's going to go out there and he's going to give it your best, and he's going to put your team in a position to be competitive. And that's all the New England Patriots can ask for at this point in time, man, is to just be competitive, because a lot of people expected them to be in a rebuilding year, me included, and just a throwaway year. But obviously, the Mayo got a different take on that one, man. He got a different look on exactly how that's going to play out. Okay, now another thing you might want to understand when you're looking at this team is that they do have some big games coming up. They got San Francisco Miami, and Houston all coming up. So they got 3 teams that all caught an L this week, except for Houston. You know what I mean? That are sitting in the batter's box ready to go. So they got to New England. If they want to remain competitive in the AFC, they have to come out here and they have to go ahead and solidify this win against the New York Jets. Now, when you look at the New York Jets in the last 10 times they've been out on the field, okay, the Jets are 4-6 straight up, 3-7 against the spread, and 5 to the over, 4 to the under with 1 push in the last 10 times they were actually on the field. As I said before, they lost their season opener to the 49ers on the road, 32-19, and then they also they barely pulled it out against Tennessee, on the road, 24-17. Last week, the last game did push the 41 as far as the over-under is concerned, and the first game went over the 43 points that were totally expected. All right, they're on deck. They do have the Denver Broncos, followed by Minnesota Vikings and the Buffalo Bills. So at the end of the day, they do have an opportunity to gain some ground if they are able to beat the New England Patriots in this game. Remember, it's an AFC East division battle, so this is a very important game for them, man. Now, head-to-head, the Patriots own this thing 9-1. The Patriots own them, man, straight up. Like the last time they played is the last time that the Jets actually won. They won 17-3 on January 7th, all right? And it went under the 29.5 points total. All right, that was without Aaron Rodgers, and that was like Belichick's last game. You know what I mean? So take that how you want to take it, but they've owned this team, man. The New England Patriots have owned this team for years, and throughout the Brady years and after the Brady years, they still owned this team. But this is the chance for the Jets to go ahead and try to strike back and take this thing back, man, because they've been getting their behind kicked by them for a long time, man. So like I said, head up, New England owns it 9-1. Against the spread, New England owns it 7-3, and then it's been 3 to the over, 6 to the under, and 1 push. It's always an under with this team, with these two teams. They've literally played 4 unders in a row. No, 4 unders in a row, guys. All right, the last 4 times they played, all went under, and the highest the total was 40. The lowest the total was 29.5. It's gone under all that, guys. So expect a defensive battle, as we always would, between these two juggernauts of the AFC East. All right, or at least historically juggernauts on defense for the AFC East, man. We got to see what Robert Saleh is going to do this year. He's got to tighten up a few things, because that defense is definitely not where he wants it to be, and not where I expect it to be at the end of the season. Okay, so taking a closer look at what happened last week with the Jets, man. The Jets came out, all right. Aaron Rodgers, like I said, he had the 176 yards, but he was 18 for 30, so that's not a good game for Aaron Rodgers. His QBR was 46.7, and he had a passer rating of 98.7. Not a good showing or outing for Aaron Rodgers. He got sacked twice for 12 yards. Breece Hall really didn't carry it much. He had 14 carries, but for 62 yards, so that really wasn't like back-breaking. And as far as receivers are concerned, he spread the wealth. Okay, everybody did get to touch the rock, but at the end of the day, like, you got to feed Garrett Wilson more than 4 receptions on 6 targets. You got Breece Hall. He's got 8 targets for 7 receptions for 52 yards. We all know that an injured quarterback, or a quarterback coming back from injury, especially that type of injury, his favorite, and especially since he's more of a pocket passer now at this point in time in his career than anything. Aaron Rodgers has always been mobile, but he's not that free-willing right now. Okay, we all know that the running back and the tight end are usually a quarterback's favorite best friends in this type of situation when they're coming back from injury or they're introduced to a new offense. So that's why Breece Hall has had all the receptions he's been having. But they've got to do better, man, because that Tennessee Titans defense it's not a world beater, guys. The Tennessee Titans defense is not a world beater. They shouldn't be holding you down, and your defense should be holding them down. It's Will Levis out there. Like, come on. What's going on out there, man? You guys taking this game seriously or what? But anyway, so we get back to it, man. When you're looking at these two teams and you're understanding what's going on, the reason the Jets have good opportunity in this game, all right, and that's just covering some of the trends for you, is because the New York Jets have hit the fourth quarter game total under in 12 of their last 18 games, whereas New England has hit the fourth quarter total under in 12 of their last 18 games. So that's definitely a good look, the under once again, especially in the fourth quarter. Then you look, New England has hit the second half money line in 3 of their last 6 away games, whereas the Jets have hit the third quarter total under in 5 of their last 6 games at home. New England Patriots have covered the second half spread in 4 of their last 6 away games, and the New York Jets have hit the third quarter money line in 4 of their last 7 games at home. The New England Patriots have scored first in 3 of their last 5 away games, and the New York Jets have covered the third quarter spread in 5 of their last 17 games at home. The New England Patriots have covered the fourth quarter spread in 10 of their last 18 games, and the New York Jets have hit the money line in 5 of their last 10 games at home, guys. All right, so reason the Jets got a good chance is because the Patriots have lost each of their last 8 games played on the East Coast. All right, the favorites have won each of their last 8 games between the Patriots and the Jets at MetLife Stadium. The favorites have covered the spread in each of the Jets' last 4 Week 3 games. The Patriots have failed to cover the spread in 6 of their last 7 September games as underdogs. The Jets have scored the first touchdown in each of their last 4 games as favorites against AFC opponents. Or AFC East opponents, and the Patriots have lost the first quarter in 4 of their last 5 games against AFC opponents. The favorites have won the first half in each of the Jets' last 5 Week 3 games. All right, and the Jets have scored the last touchdown in 2 consecutive games, equaling the longest streak in the league right now. The Jets have scored 3 or more touchdowns in 2 consecutive games, also equaling a long streak right now. And the Patriots ranked tied for first in the NFL in forced fumbles this season. And the Patriots also are tied for first in the NFL for fumbles recovered this season as well, guys. If you're looking around for some player props, of course we know Aaron Rodgers has thrown 2 or more touchdowns in each of his last 6 Thursday appearances with his team as a favorite. Aaron Rodgers has recorded 21 plus completions in 7 of the last 8 appearances with his team as a home favorite against AFC opponents. Aaron Rodgers has recorded 235 plus passing yards in each of his last 6 Week 3 appearances. Breece Hall has recorded 114 plus rushing and receiving yards in 4 of the Jets' last 5 games. And Breece Hall has recorded at least 1 touchdown in each of the Jets' last 5 games. All right. Hunter Henry has scored at least 1 touchdown in 5 of his 6 previous Thursday night road games. All right, Jacoby Brissett has recorded 21 plus completions in 4 of his last 5 September appearances against AFC opponents. Brissett has recorded 215 plus passing yards in 3 of his last 4 Week 3 appearances. Antonio Gibson has recorded 18 plus rushing yards in 8 of his last 9 road appearances against AFC opponents. And Austin Hooper has recorded 15 plus receiving yards in each of his last 9 September road appearances. Also remember, Kyle Duggar is just 1 away from 10 career interceptions, guys. Now, laying a touchdown on Thursday night was kind of crazy. All right, it's kind of crazy because these games are usually sloppy due to the lack of preparation, a short week, people are banged up, a lot of injuries, all that type of stuff there. However, the Jets are coming home to a feisty crowd. This will be their first game at home. And they'll finally get to see Aaron Rodgers and company. And Lord willing, he stays healthy this time. Now, I'm also not sure that the Patriots are going to move the ball on the Jets defense very well. Now, I do know that they're going to be able to run the ball, and I think that alone will create opportunities for the New England Patriots to matriculate the ball down the field and put up some points. But I don't think it's going to be a lot of points put up in this game. I think that I think that the Patriots are going to control the time on the clock and control possessions. And I just think that there's a reason that this line is ticking down. Okay, now if I had to take it at the 6.5, all right, or I was able to buy some points and get it at like +9 or something like that, +8, +10, anything in there, all right, I would go ahead and I would take the Patriots. But if it keeps ticking down and it gets lower than like 5, it gets down to the 5 or the 3 range, something like that, then I could probably rock with the Jets. You know, as I'm recording this early on Tuesday, 7:16 p.m., that line has moved down. Like I said, it's moved to 6 from the 6.5, and the over/under went down from 39 to 38.5, guys. So staying just under 7 points is key. If it can stay under 7 points, then I definitely would stick with the Jets, okay? And I'll take the Jets in this game. My lock for the game, though, is definitely the under. I'll probably go Breece Hall, total receiving yards. Let's take a look at that real quick. Player props, because I anticipate he's going to get peppered with balls again. So let's see. Or anytime touchdown. What's going on with the anytime touchdown? Ramondre Stevenson's a +115 for anytime touchdown, and Breece Hall's a -150. So I like both of those for anytime touchdown. I think Ramondre definitely has an opportunity to get in that box. And then when you're talking about receiving yards is, there we go. And we got Breece Hall over 29.5 yards. Wow. Yeah, that's going to be, I don't know. He should be able to get that, but that's going to be a struggle. I can't rock with that one. All right. Yeah, I just can't rock with that one. But, so, like I said, I like the anytime touchdown for Ramondre Stevenson or anytime touchdown for Breece Hall. I think both of those are good plays. I definitely love the under. Get it in on that as early as you can. And depending on which way the points lean, if it stays under 6 points, then I'm going with the Jets. But if it goes up just a tick, if it can get over 7 points, or if I feel like buying some points on that one, as like some single game parlay type deal, then yeah, I would take the Patriots with the points at that point. But man, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna post everything in the pinned comments. Let you know which direction I lean, which direction were my locks. Please, I hope this information helps you. Please like, share, subscribe, and see you later, man. I'll see you at the window. Peace.